Good afternoon. Hope everyone is enjoyed their first or second day of the week. I have a very sore throat, so we'll see how things go. I didn't wake up like I should. I'm like an hour late. But it's fine. We can do the best we can what we have. Might be a little bit of a shorter stream today, but we're gonna have some fun. Wipe off the dust from my alarm didn't go off for 4:30 like it normally does. So I woke up at like 6:20 something. Man, there's so much like dust on my tablet today. I've used it recently. Alright. So yeah. If you haven't guessed by the title, we are drawing the Miata. This is part of the car series. I have 3 ongoing series at the moment. I got Twisted Metal cars that I'm reimagining. It's just regular standard cars. Like I've done the RX-7, Supra, and Toyota 8086. I believe I've done all of those on stream. Maybe not the RX-7. Maybe? I can't remember if I did the RX-7 on stream or not. So this is the another very popular JDM car, the Mazda Miata. As you can tell, these are little roadsters. Most people, car guys, know what this is. Or most car people, excuse me, know what this thing is. It's a fun little car. Relatively cheap to own. And you don't have to do much to it to make it fun. Yeah, it's a little tic-tac. I got a friend of mine that owns one, so I get to see his fully decked out one. I think his looks more... Oh, his has a hard top. So his looks more like this, but his hard top is the same color as his car, and it's purple. And he has different rims on it, but it looks kind of like this. But he's a Miata guy. But this is a very, very popular JDM car. Very popular. Like, there's a huge community around it. Even more so than the other ones. Because first of all, you can get one and not pay the same price as a mortgage on a house to get one. And you don't have to do much to it to make sure it's fun. So, it's a cool little car. I like them. I mean, it's one of those, like, I'm considering getting a for fun car at some point. Maybe not anytime soon, but at some point. And this one is on the list because you can find them for relatively cheap. They're pretty inexpensive in there. They're pretty fun cars and they're easy to work on. Maybe, I don't know. There's a lot of people in town that can work on them. So I don't... No, it's like more like 5 to maybe 20,000, depending on what year model you're getting. I think my friend, when he bought his was already like decked out with like rims, race suspension, I think it has a roll cage in it, has a hard top, which those I think aftermarket. He's got this year model, the original model, the pop-up headlights. But it's got the full JDM spec on it. And I think he paid like 8,000, 8,500 for it. He went to Seattle to get it and then drove it back home. But I think he put like another 3 or 4 grand into it, getting it and running fully running order, and he's still doing stuff with it. Then again, that's kind of what you do with those cars, is you just tinker with them. You make them better slowly over time. So yeah, I use these, but most of the time I don't even need them. So we're gonna draw the original one. That's my personal favorite, the original one. I like the model after this too, with the built-in headlights. Like those are pretty cool models as well. And the current new ones look way too, like they look too much like um like actual sports, like super sports cars, like very high dollar sports cars. And I don't think they are. I think they're around 30 to 40,000, which is, you know, kind of, but they look way more fancy than they actually are. So I'm gonna do a little bit of a cartoony version of it. We're just gonna kind of figure it out as we go. I don't think it's as rounded here. I'm gonna see how long I can go. I might not be able to go very long because my voice is like on fire. So hopefully we at least get the sketch done so I can finish it off stream. But yeah, so I said yesterday we might be doing a night drive on Spy Hunter. That has been pushed back a bit. The main reason is that I forgot that the RE4 DLC Separate Ways comes out this Thursday. And I'm a big Resident Evil 4 fan. If you've, been around long enough, you know I'm a big RE4 fan. So I gotta play that on stream. I played Resident Evil 4 from start to finish on stream. That was a ton of fun. That's a little bit too much. Yeah, so I'm playing the DLC for probably, I wouldn't say it's my game of the year. It's a very tough one because there's so many bangers that came out this year. There's so many bangers that I cannot fathom what is my game of the year right now because there's so much. Like I still got Alan Wake 2, which I should go ahead and try to set up something with the Blue Yeti that I have, so that I can so that me and Daya, the moderator, can actually do the Let's Play. Because I don't think I'll be able to afford. I don't think I'll be able to afford another mic, and I probably don't need one. I just need to get the cable for it, because I don't think I have a cable for it anymore. So I want to need to work on that. I'm gonna do that probably tomorrow. We're gonna dig it out. Get this thing right. Dig it out and see if I can find the cord for it, and then start working with getting it hooked up. Because I want to do it not next week, because next week is a pretty busy week for me, but the week after next. I want to try to do it one day that week, maybe on a weekend or something, like a Saturday, whatever. We do it for a good amount of time. We'll see. Again, everything is kind of up in the air at this point, because next week's gonna be a doozy. Because I work at my actual job, which is, I mean, it's not bad. It's not gonna be as bad as it was in July, where I was so tired I couldn't just do anything. But yeah, I since one of our people are taking a is that on the door? Yeah, it's on the door. one of our managers is taking a vacation, so I have stepped in. I told him I would step in and work full time for that week. So I'm a part timer. I work part time there, and I technically work part time doing illustration stuff for Cita Draws, which is my business. But I'm in a very fortunate position where I can do that and still make enough to survive and stuff like that. Very fortunate. Might want to do the rest of the car first. So like figure out where it's actually going to go before I put that in there. I'm going to have to do a lot of adjusting on this because rounded cars are really hard to do. Hey Frog Out, I'm sorry I didn't see you there. I was too busy jabbering around. Alright, see you, Froggy. Thanks for popping by. Alright. So. Ooh. Oh, I think this still looks too much like a smile. I know some of them have like the smile, but this one has like a kind of like an open mouth gaw. This might be this could be a very difficult draw because it's a very rounded tic tac. So yeah, I do all this free-handed. So I have like this guide right here, but as you can tell, it doesn't match it at all. But it's just that just kind of get things started. And I just kind of freehand it, which is something I haven't done in a while. Usually I use for when I draw characters and stuff. I use like guides and stuff like that to kind of make sure I get everything correctly. But with cars, I'll just kind of just freehand it. That's how I've always done it. It's just I freehand it. There's a video of a Miata that has like super big pop-up headlights. I am okay at them. Like I feel like I was better when I was drawing these like almost every day. Because again, what else you have to do in the rural part of Alabama but draw? And like when you finish when you finish schoolwork, what else are you gonna do? Just kind of sit there. So I feel like I was, but then I go back home and look at the drawings I did of cars, and I'm like, man, that does not look good. So I guess I can be considered quote unquote good, but I wouldn't consider myself good. Just I started learning cars like this. There. Probably have to go back and reshape those. Yeah, it does. It does. That's Miatas are happy little cars. That's why people like them. Again, I have to do probably some readjusting when I go into things. This is just a sketch, so we're gonna try to we're gonna mess around with it a bit. Actually, yes. I'll have to transform just a bit. So back here we're gonna have just a standard. Yeah. It is. Even though it's the headlights, part of the headlight fixture is you could be considered blushing. I've been playing a little bit of American Truck Simulator. As of late. Oof, I don't know how I feel about that at all. I really don't know how I feel about that. That's it's not good at all. Oh, this is gonna be difficult. So I think the back wheel is fine. Yeah, it looks like I may have to freehand this because of it. Like when I do the Nissan GTR, which I believe is the next one on the list, I think it is. I'm gonna do it as a side profile. That make it a whole lot easier to do. Because doing these at angles is challenging, but I'm gonna have a rough next week. I want to make sure I still get stuff done, so it might be a side profile. I might do another one that's at an angle. Although that one I think will be a lot easier to do than this one, because it is more of a boxy car. Slightly more boxy. It's not rounded. Alright, I just don't... The front is fine. It can be fixed, but the back is what I don't really like the back. I really don't like the back at all. Oh. Oh. So I don't. So it looks very extended. Maybe I can shorten it a bit. Maybe that will kind of make it fix it. Yeah, actually doing that actually makes it, because it pulls it in. Um, yeah, it actually works a little bit. Just do some adjusting to it, and we might actually have it. Yeah, looks pretty nice. So the thing about it is that make it look terrible now, but it all doesn't really start coming together until the last little bit. That's the whole thing about these drawings, is that, oh my goodness, these seats look awful. But that doesn't come. Yeah, that's why I said instead of getting a smart car, you should have got a Miata. You probably would have had a lot more fun with it. And there's so many parts for it. Like, people have actually put like teeth, an actual mouth on this car, and eyeballs and eyelashes to make this car look really special. Yeah. Also not a big fan of convertibles either. That might be kind of a thing. I'm used to drawing like hard tops, which I don't, because the Miata, the base Miata is never a hard top. They do make hard top versions, and I like those better. But I prefer those, but I'm not gonna. They look so close together. Although they're not. Maybe if I make them smaller. Yeah, I think that did fix it. Put that in there, and then I actually kind of liked it now. Now that we shortened the back end out, I think it looks really, really nice. The front end's still really, really big, but then again, it's supposed to be a very cartoony looking car. I'm not going for hyper realism with this one, which I think is probably why I've been picking back up drawing cars a lot better. It's because I've steering wheel right there, because I've been drawing them more cartoony, not as hyper realistic as I used to. I've just been using the hyper realism to kind of like add to the car in a way. Alright, that needs to go there now, because I need to adjust you where you're more rounded. But yeah. And a Miata. Beetles are cool too. It's just I think they're Volkswagens, which is nothing against Volkswagens. I like the Golf, but I feel like you would have more fun with the Miata because it is a much smaller car than the Beetle. It is it's a pretty small car, and you like very small cars. And it does, of course, it does have a top to it, but the convertible aspect of it is pretty nice in the spring and summertime. But up here, yeah, it would probably a hassle to own one. And if you're using it as a daily driver for like the winter and what have you. Yeah, which that's the thing about it is that cars like this up here, you don't daily drive them unless you have them set up for daily driving. You have them as this is being worked on during the winter time, and then you take them out during the springtime and break them, and then you rinse and repeat, which I think it seems like a really good time, but it also means going outside in the cold to work on them if you don't have a heated garage or something, which we don't. Yeah. Again, the Miata is a much smaller car than the Beetle. The Beetle is a good car. But I'm not sure about pricing and stuff like that if the Beetle is cheaper. It might be. It might be. Usually like JDM cars, unless they're like legendary, are usually more affordable than European cars. Usually. Nowadays people will laugh at that, be like, no, that's not how it is now. And they're probably right. But I actually liking the way this comes out. This came out. I don't even need to add the antenna. I'm just gonna keep the antenna away. Let's see it. Now usually when I do cars, when I used to draw cars a lot, I used Gran Turismo 3, Gran Turismo 2 and 3 to get references for cars. And I would like to do that again, but use like Forza Horizon or whatever else to get the glamour shots, but there's a lot of taxing on my hardware to do a game, a stream, and drawing stuff. So it's probably what's more trouble than it is. So yeah, it's got a little bit of a flare down the back because of the flares. Actually, I think this came out looking relatively nice. It's got his looks like 7-spoke wheels. So we're just gonna do that really quick. Yeah. I don't see a whole lot of convertibles during the wintertime up here. Might be for good reason. Might be. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So here. There we go. Been playing some, I mean, obviously, if you caught the stream yesterday, I've been playing American Truck Simulator, almost non-stop. And I was getting to the point where I'm like, okay, I think I can just let this game go for a little while. And then uh, entered, I didn't enter, but I signed up for World of Trucks, or re-upped my sub, or not sub, but re-upped my, found my login information for World of Trucks I used to use on Euro Truck Simulator back in the day. I haven't used in a while. And now I have a purpose of actually exploring and trucking a lot. So now I'm doing the Crushing Oklahoma event going on right now. So probably after this stream I'm going to do a couple more runs of it. Because I have a very short order. Hopefully it didn't expire. I can still go do it. Or I'll just take another one. There's a bunch of them. I mean, it isn't good. I want to let the game go. Because I just got Starfield today. Dad gave me her version she got with her new graphics card for a computer. So I have Starfield now. I don't really want to start it. I'm gonna get it and get it and everything, but I'm not gonna install it or anything just yet. Or I gotta kind of install it. Because it's kind of a weird code thing. So it's not from a storefront. Or maybe it is. So I gotta get that code taken care of and stuff like that. Maybe I can redeem it on Steam. I hope I can. So I'll have it there, so I can just re-download it whenever. Alright. I think we've done enough here. So I think it's time we can start doing line work, smooth out the lines. Go up 20. That throw is still on fire. So probably after this I'm going to probably call it for today, but I really don't because I want to keep going, but my voice is getting bad. There we go. I'm still. My throat is still. It's pretty bad. But again, it's you kind of get used to it after a while. And it's stuff that I did I think this morning that really messed with it. Because I ate when I got up this morning, I drank the rest of my green tea that I had. And green tea is like, well, it's not as bad as like ginger ale, but it does dry my throat out. Like, it's not like actually drinking sandpaper like ginger ale is, but it does do that. If you drink like enough of it, it will, especially early in the morning. You're already kind of, need some water. So it's not good to really do that. But I'm an idiot, so I did that, and it kind of made my throat hurt for most of the day. And plus, I still had to talk because I'm a salesman, quote unquote salesman. And then I came home and took a nap, and then my acid reflux kicked in because, of course, it does. And now my throat is sore. But I'm here. I am doing the thing. I need to get this done, and I want to do it. I wanted to do the night drive. But this needs to be done first because this goes out next week. Spectre goes out the week after that. Because we got a thing going on with how the order in which we do things. So I need to do this one to get it ready for next week. And then the inspector's already finished. So that next week I can work on the next one, which is I don't why so I need to get into a better position so I can do it in one go. So trying to get it where it's not. That's a lot smoother. I think that's a lot smoother. Yeah. Ooh boy. I mean, I can be sometimes. We all are idiots sometimes. It's one of those, if you know it's gonna hurt you and you still do it, that makes you an idiot. I just woke up very thirsty, and that was the first thing in. So getting up actually and getting water like I usually do, I just grabbed that. I'm like, yeah, it's gonna hurt me, but you know what? You only live once. So I consider myself an idiot for that thing, for that. I drank green tea this morning and screwed up my throat for the rest of the day. Even though I know that green tea dries my throat out, and I shouldn't drink it first thing in the morning. I should drink water like I usually do. But I was lazy. And now my throat is hurting right now because of it. And it hurt all day. And when you work a job where you have to talk, and not only that, be energetic and inviting and stuff like that, it kind of hurts. So I am an idiot for doing that. Again, like I said earlier, if you know something's going to hurt you and you do it anyway, you are an idiot. Which, I knew the consequences, but I took it anyway. So, be with that as it may. Alright. What did the doorknobs look like? Yeah, but green tea dries my throat out and it makes it sore if I don't drink water along with it. If I drink just green tea, it's like really bad. It's not as bad as ginger ale. I think ginger ale is by far the worst. Worst. I cannot drink that anymore because it's like drinking sandpaper. I don't know how that's even an option, but you can. But it's like drinking sandpaper. It's awful. Yep. I've never tried black tea. Like the tea, the only reason I drink green tea is because it's good for your stomach, and I have stomach issues, and that's what the doc recommended, and it's been working. Like ever since I drank green tea, I don't have as much stomach issues when I'm constantly drinking it. Which again, one bottle a day is perfectly okay. That's what I usually do. Is one bottle a day is perfectly fine. It's just if I drink it early in the morning when I first wake up instead of drinking water, you get what's happening now, where it kind of messes with you for the rest of the day. I'm not a big tea drinker, to be frank. I do like green tea. I do like the taste of it, and I like the way it is. But I don't really. Earl Grey and all the other teas don't really appeal to me. It just basically if I drink that, because it just tastes like water, I should just be drinking water. Like it's slightly better for you. There we go. Yeah, I mean I like sweet tea because I'm from the South. That's a common thing. Uh, I like sweet tea, but I've gotten accustomed to green tea just because of just how how it cures my health. That along with water is just it's great. I just don't drink enough water, especially in the morning time. But that's neither here nor there. Yeah, that's definitely a Miata, alright. I do think these right here are not tall enough because they're supposed to be, or maybe that's skinny enough. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do some black magic here. I'm gonna take these right here, move them in. There we go. And I'm gonna take this. Actually, no. I'm gonna take this right here. Still move it in a bit so that it's not as wide and it matches that edge right there. Alright, cool. Now we need to do some line work, some adjusting, because this is the final line work. It doesn't need to be scrappy like that. Gotta fix this a bit. And we should be good. There we go. I do hate to taste the water, but it is good for you, and everyone should drink it. I have, I cannot like not drink water. That's a part of life. Even if you don't like, it's like vegetables. It's a part of your life. You have to, you have to eat them. It's a good balance. Okay. I think that's about good. Now let's do some, let's do another layer. Let's do some, little bit of line work. A little bit of line depth. Make it look more full. Give the lines a little bit of shading to make it look uh, that's right here. Do this right here. There we go. So last night I started watching. I watched it a little bit because apparently this happened like a month, like a few weeks ago. But there's a lot of content creators that got like early access to City Skylines 2. So I was watching to see like how the game actually is played, you know, and get some more, and then see if it's something I want to purchase. Cause I like the first one. Although very simple, I think I like the first one a lot. So I wanted to see if I can see if purchasing it is something that I would want to do, especially on day one, which when most games are kind of broken and don't really work half the time. It seemed like they were using an older build of the game, obviously, but it seemed like it was in pretty good shape. The fact that you can do so much stuff with it was mind-boggling. But it did look like a better version of the first one, which is kind of what a sequel is supposed to be. Like, it looked pretty good. Which reminds me, I need to do a City Skyline stream at some point to kind of say goodbye to it when the second one's released, because first one might be obsolete by then. Maybe. You don't know. We'll see how it goes. Alright, I forgot to draw the windshield wipers. I will do that now. That's a detail some people miss. Some people, not all of them. It's gonna be very hard to color. That's gonna be really hard to color. Wait, no, it looks good, so we're gonna keep it. So darken this back in. Okay. That little bit right here. Alright, probably gotta get rid of this big chin. Gotta bring it up a bit. To kind of let's see the curve of it. Kind of goes down. I am too. Like again, I like the first one. And the second one looks like it's got a much better thing going for it than the first one. Like the first one was pretty rough. It got better over time, but it's pretty rough. And this one looks like it added a bunch of stuff to the base game, which is good. Which means you don't have to wait for DLC to come out to make it better. And some of the game looks prettier. It looks like the simulation's a lot better. So it does look like it's going to be a good time. I can't wait to fill the town with poop water. Or actually try to build a city. I'm actually going to try because I've never, when I play City Skylines, I always start out pretty well, but everything starts falling apart really quickly. And I never can like get it to a point where I can like fully manage everything. That's always been my problem with city building games. Even SimCity, I'm just bad at them. I might, you know. That's why I want to try City Skylines one more time. Try to get it where a city is just working smoothly. Okay. Oh, let's see. I think that's pretty good. This might be a pretty good stopping point for today. I know I've only been streaming for like an hour or so, but my throat's is getting to where I can't even handle it anymore. So, oop. But this but it oh my god, it's even smaller on the paper. Let's blow this bad boy up. Well, yeah, I take care of myself, but streaming is something I wanted to do. I'm not going to like not do it. I want to make, well, I don't want to make streaming necessarily my career. I'll make drawing my career, but I also want to build a nice community around, nice community too, have some fun and stuff like that. So, I want to do it at least as long as possible, because I don't like skipping streams. Oh. God dang it, it's on the wrongs. There we go. So, put some added stuff to here. Let's see. Oh. Okay. I'm not apologizing. Over here. Not really apologizing. Oh, at least I don't think I am. Just I wanna make sure that did it save? Let me find out. Miata, cool. Now I can save another one. Called Miata 2. I think this turned out pretty nice. It's a Miata. It's a very cartoony one, but it's a Miata. At the end of the day. Alright. Well, I am going to end it there. Why it's not popping up? Let's see if we can raid Leon. All right, I'm gonna send you over to Leon. You play some Rain World, watch your pro at work here. Alright, you guys have a good rest of your evening. I will see you Friday morning for Separate Ways. Alright, take care. Wow.